Hello and welcome. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran and this is Express News. The winter session of Parliament begins. The session will continue until 19th December with 15 sittings planned over 19 days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges political parties to prioritize delivery over disruption and to approach the session with responsibility and balance. He urges them to keep negativity within limits and focus attention on building the nation. The Prime Minister says that he is willing to offer tips on bringing positivity into politics and urges the opposition to look beyond electoral setbacks. The Prime Minister says that a new generation of young lawmakers must be given opportunities. The House should benefit from their experiences and through the House, the nation should also gain from their fresh perspectives. The Prime Minister extends a warm welcome to the newly appointed Rajya Sabha Chairperson C.P. Radhakrishnan. He says the upper house will benefit from Mr. Radhakrishnan's experience and leadership. The Lok Sabha passes the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Second Amendment Bill 2025. It ensures that the state's GST regulations are synchronized with CGST amendments. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman introduces the Central Excise Amendment Bill 2025. It will replace the current GST compensation cess on cigarettes, chewing tobacco and scented tobacco. Minister Sitharaman also introduces the Health Security National Security Cess Bill 2025 in the Lok Sabha. It will augment resources for meeting the expenditure on national security and public health. The first session of newly elected Bihar Legislative Assembly begins. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary and Vijay Kumar Sinha attend the session. President Draupadi Murmu chairs the convocation ceremony of Footwear Design and Development Institute in New Delhi on Monday. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar stresses on strengthening biosecurity for the Global South as India hosts the 50th Biological Weapons Convention Anniversary Conference in New Delhi. Minister Jaishankar says India emphasizes on the need for the Global South to shape the convention's direction and underscores its sustained commitment to health and bioscience sectors. The National Investigation Agency conducts searches at New Delhi car blast case accused Shaheen Shahid's home in Lucknow. A joint team from at least 3 agencies is attempting to gather evidence. The agency also conducted raids in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama in connection with the New Delhi car blast case. Investigating agencies are trying to find out how the links of this entire network are connected from Lucknow to New Delhi and Jammu and Kashmir. The Al Falah Group's chairperson Jawad Ahmad Siddiqui was produced before the Saket court in New Delhi. The court remanded him in 14-day judicial custody. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Sanjay Jaju opens the 12th CII Big Picture Summit, which highlights the pivotal role of media and entertainment in human civilization and India's economic future. The 10th edition of the India-Indonesia Joint Special Forces exercise, codenamed Garuda Shakti, will be held at the Special Forces Training School at Baklaw in Himachal Pradesh from 3rd to 12th December. New Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport has become the first airport in India to achieve a water positive status. More than 625 rainwater harvesting structures have been installed across the airport. India's Border Security Force is celebrating its Raising Day, honoring the world's largest border guarding force. Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah greet the force personnel. Indian equity indices declined from record highs, with Nifty ending at 26,181 on Monday. BSE Sensex ends down 49.39 points at 85,657. The index experiences volatility during the day, reaching a new record high of 86,159 in early trade. The Indian rupee falls to a new record low of 89.79 against the US dollar on Monday. India's gross GST collections for the month of November stands at rupees 170,276 crore, up 0.7% year-on-year, driven by lower GST rates and increased compliance. Silver jumps to a record, reinforcing a gain of nearly 6% in its previous session. The precious metal rose as much as 1.4% to $57.29 in the spot market, surpassing a peak struck on Friday. Spot gold prices hover around 4,239 an ounce for 24-carat purity on 1st December. In the domestic market, gold futures on the MCX rise 0.84% to 130,560 rupees for 10 grams. Oil prices rise 2% on Monday as the Caspian Pipeline Consortium halts exports. Brent crude futures advance $1.26 to $63.64 per barrel. Major Asian stocks fall on Monday. Japan's Nikkei sinks 1.9% to 49,303 as the yen strengthens on expectations the Bank of Japan will lift interest rates this month. The yen rises to nearly a two-week high of 155.39 against the US dollar on Monday. This rise comes after Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo Uda indicated that the central bank may raise interest rates this month. Bitcoin falls back below $86,000 on Monday, extending losses after its steepest monthly decline since the 2021 crypto crash, as renewed risk aversion drives investors out of stocks and digital assets. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky meets France's President Emmanuel Macron in Paris on Monday. The two leaders discussed the conditions of a just and durable peace following talks in Geneva and the US peace plan. US and Ukrainian officials hold what both sides call productive talks on Sunday about a Russia peace deal, with Secretary of State Marco Rubio expressing optimism about progress. Ukraine's defense minister joins EU counterparts in Brussels on Monday. EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas calls it a pivotal week for diplomacy. The Kremlin on Monday condemns a Ukrainian drone strike on the Caspian Pipeline Consortium's infrastructure, calling it outrageous given the project's international significance. The consortium, which includes Russian, Kazakh and US shareholders, reports that one of three mooring points at its Novorossiysk terminal was damaged in Saturday's attack, halting operations. Spain's police says they have dismantled Spain's first known cell linked to The Base, a white supremacist group designated as a terrorist organization in the EU. Spanish authorities describe the white supremacist group as highly radicalized, with paramilitary training and plans for selective attacks. Raids uncover firearms, training weapons, ammunition, knives, tactical gear, and neo-Nazi material. Venezuela's National Assembly will form a special commission to investigate US President Trump's deadly strikes on suspected drug trafficking boats off the Venezuelan coast and eastern Pacific Ocean. The congressional body's president, Jorge Rodriguez, says that the investigation will look into a Washington Post report that said that U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth ordered all people aboard one of the boats to be killed during a strike in September. Australia's plan to ban social media for children under 16 is facing pushback from parents of child influencers. They argue that online platforms help build identity and digital skills. Nasir Asfoura, the Conservative National Party candidate backed by US President Trump, leads Honduras's presidential election with just over 40% of votes counted, according to preliminary results on Monday. Honduran presidential candidate Salvador Nasrallah. Let's take you to New Delhi for the External Affairs Minister's talks with his Thai counterpart.
Thank you. Excellency, very warm welcome to you and to your delegation on your first official visit as the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand. We had a meeting in Kuala Lumpur on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit, and at that time had agreed that we should meet for a more detailed discussion. So I'm really very, very glad that you could accept my invitation and be here today. Before I come to our relationship, Excellency, please accept our deepest condolences on the passing away of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother of Thailand. I also take the opportunity to convey our respects and warm wishes for the good health of their Majesties and for the Thai National Day, which is coming up on the 5th of November. Excellency, India and Thailand have historically shared close and friendly ties. We value Thailand as a long-time friend, apart from being a very important maritime neighbor. India's Act East policy has found a sort of a match in Thailand's Look West policy. Our ties were elevated to a strategic partnership during the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Bangkok in April 2025 for the BIMSTEC summit and for his official visit. Several agreements, including in the field of handlooms and handicrafts, digital technologies, MSMEs, and maritime heritage, were signed on that occasion. In that background, given the rapidly evolving geopolitical and geo-economic environment which impacts both of us, we believe that a regular exchange of views on pressing issues is very useful. I think we have many common interests, including in our region. I particularly look forward to a deep discussion on the situation in Myanmar during your stay. So once again, my warmest welcome, and I would request you to make your opening remarks.
Right, you were listening to External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar's opening remarks ahead of his meeting with his Thai counterpart in New Delhi. Returning to Express News, Honduran presidential candidate Salvador Nasrallah questions the integrity of preliminary election results in the early hours of Monday, alleging that the vote count had been manipulated by the ruling Libre Party. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa dismisses US President Trump's threat to exclude Pretoria from next year's G20 summit, calling it baseless and reaffirming South Africa's founding membership. The G20 wraps up its annual summit under South Africa's presidency in November. All members participate throughout the year except the US, which skips the Leaders Summit and the final preparatory sessions. Hong Kong police on Monday releases a university student who had been detained after distributing flyers calling for an independent investigation into a deadly housing estate fire that killed at least 151 people. Relatives of victims of the Wang Fuk Court fire, which killed at least 151 people, gathered Monday for prayers at a memorial near the destroyed towers. Pope Leo urges action to end conflicts, forcing people from their homes during an address at the Shrine of Our Lady of Lebanon in Harissa on Monday. A Bangladesh court sentences British parliamentarian and former minister Tulip Siddiq in absentia to 2 years in jail on Monday in connection with a corruption case involving the alleged illegal allocation of a plot of land. Tulip Siddique resigned in January as the UK's minister responsible for financial services and anti-corruption efforts following scrutiny over financial ties to Hasina, has previously dismissed the allegations as a politically motivated smear. The sons of Pakistan's jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan fear that the country's authorities are concealing something irreversible about his condition after more than 3 weeks with no evidence that he is still alive. Colombian authorities place Coconuco village under orange alert because of a possibility of Pures volcano eruption. The volcano, located about 600 kilometers from Bogota and near the city of Popayan, is one of Colombia's most active and closely monitored volcanoes, last experiencing a major eruption in 1977. The death toll from flooding and landslides across Asia has climbed beyond 1,100, with Indonesia and Sri Lanka among the hardest hit, deployed military personnel to help survivors. Rescue teams in Indonesia's West Sumatra are clearing roads blocked by heavy mud and debris after massive floods. More than 28,000 homes have been damaged and 1.4 million people affected, according to the disaster agency. Hong Kong authorities have confirmed serious fire safety lapses at the Wang Fuk Court estate, where at least 151 people died in last week's blaze. Cyclone Ditwa causes severe destruction across 25 districts of Sri Lanka, affecting more than 1.1 million people. Officials have confirmed 355 deaths and 366 missing, with rescue work still underway. An Indian warship Sukanya has arrived in Trincomalee in Sri Lanka, carrying essential supplies for communities hit by catastrophic floods. The shipment includes food, medicine and emergency aid. India expands its relief mission Operation Sagar Bandhu in Sri Lanka. Helicopters and disaster response force teams are operating across the worst hit regions. The mission aims to speed up evacuations and supply delivery. Indian Air Force helicopters evacuate 400 passengers, including more than 30 foreign nationals from Germany, South Africa, the UK and Bangladesh, alongside Sri Lankan citizens. India's weather department says the cyclonic storm Ditwa has now weakened into a deep depression and is moving slowly northwards, parallel to the Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and southern Andhra Pradesh coasts. Pompeii's broken Roman frescoes are being restored with a new robotic system that helps reassemble ancient fragments. The EU-funded repair project uses AI and image recognition to speed up work that normally takes years. A 900-pound Aston Martin DB5 left unused for decades has been fully restored. Aston Martin Works spent 4 years returning the iconic James Bond car to showroom condition. It is now valued at around £1 million. Thousands visit Prague's Old Town Square as the city opens its annual Christmas market. A 15-meter tree from the Pardubce region and dozens of wooden stalls add to the festive mood. Rio de Janeiro kicks off Christmas season with an 80-meter illuminated tree at Botafogo Beach. Thousands gather to watch the towering structure light up the night. The display marks one of the city's biggest festive moments. In Austria's Bad Tatzmannsdorf, the Gollenhuber family has turned its 1.3-acre property into Europe's largest Christmas house. Nearly 1 million lights and 250 inflatable figures decorate the estate. The dazzling display attracts thousands of visitors every year. The French village of Requer is expecting nearly 500,000 visitors this Christmas season. Known for its fairy tale streets, the town faces pressure to balance tourism with preserving its charm. Brussels' iconic Grand Palace opens Christmas season with a spectacular sound and light show. This year's edition echoes of colors projects vibrant visuals onto the City Hall tower, drawing crowds to the illuminated square. The festive show will run until 1st January. Carlsberg, a Denmark beer company, unveils a 12-millimeter tall alcohol-free beer bottle, aiming to create the world's smallest beverage of its kind. The tiny bottle was mouth-blown by a specialist glassworker and finished by a miniature artist. In Japan, Tokyo's Imperial Palace opens its Inui-dori Street to the public for 9 days. Visitors enjoy autumn foliage along the 600-meter avenue lined with 70 maple trees. Families and tourists capture the vibrant colors. Britain's first vegan restaurant to earn a Michelin star, Plates, marks a major milestone earlier this year. The recognition signals a shift in how chefs and critics value vegetables and plant-based cooking. A rare magnum of Dom Perignon 1961 served at Lady Diana and Prince Charles's 1981 wedding is heading for auction. The bottle will be offered on 11 December in Denmark. Collectors consider it as one of the most historic champagnes to go under the hammer. A newly discovered painting by 17th century Flemish artist Peter Paul Rubens sells for €2.3 million at a Versailles auction. Titled Christ on Cross, it depicts Jesus on the cross with cavalry and Jerusalem in the background. Vietnam's Tuyen Quang province opens the Buckwheat Flower Festival on Saturday alongside a ceremony celebrating new tourism titles earned this year. The event features an art program called Land of Blooming Rocks, honoring local culture and heritage. India's northeastern state of Nagaland is hosting the Hornbill Festival from Monday at Kisama Heritage Village. The festival brings vibrant cultural events attracting visitors from all over the world. The festival is also known as India's largest music festival, bringing artists and tribes together for a lively cultural showcase. The event promotes inter-tribal exchange and colorful performances. In entertainment news, Zootopia 2 earns an estimated $556 million in global ticket sales. The animated sequel continues its strong worldwide momentum. British director Harry Leighton's debut feature Pillion wins top prize at the British Independent Film Awards in London. The event also showcases My Father's Shadow, which led with 12 nominations. British-Nigerian filmmaker Akinola Davies Jr. was awarded Best Director. Two-time Oscar nominee Emily Watson receives the 2025 Richard Harris Award for her contributions to cinema. Sentimental Value, directed by Joachim Trier, won the award for Best International Independent Film. The Norwegian comedy drama earned praise for its storytelling and performances. Ahead of the 54th UAE National Day, Indian music composer A.R. Rahman unveils his musical tribute Jamal Al-Etihad at the Sheikh Zayed Festival in Abu Dhabi. Tere Ishq Mein sees 10.03% growth on Saturday, marking another solid day at the box office. The film is expected to close its opening weekend at around 50 crore rupees. The makers of Border 2 have unveiled Punjabi singer-actor Diljit Dosanjh's first look from the film. The star-studded movie featuring Bollywood actor Sunny Deol and Varun Dhawan is set for release on 23rd January. The makers of V. Shantaram unveil actor Siddhant Chaturvedi's first look as the legendary filmmaker. The biopic captures V. Shantaram's life, legacy and impact on Indian cinema. Tumba writer-director Rahi Anil Barve returns with his second film Maya Sabha, The Hall of Illusion. The film is set for release on 16th January. An action-packed teaser has been released for Akhand 2 starring Indian actor Nandamuri Balakrishna. The film is set for release on 5th December. In sports, the Afghanistan Cricket Board signs a memorandum of understanding with Cricket Federation of Uzbekistan to strengthen cooperation and boost cricket development between the two nations. Virat Kohli rules out any possibility of returning to Test or T20Is but says he felt as prepared as ever to continue playing in the 50-over format. New Zealand batting star Kane Williamson returns to the Test arena for the first time in a year to bolster the hosts' lineup in the first Test against the West Indies beginning Tuesday. Top seed Indian duo Prasar Bharati and Gayatri Gopichand out with the Japanese pair in the women's doubles final of the Syed Modi International Badminton Tournament. But Indian shuttler Kidambi Srikanth loses the men's singles final to Jason Gunawan. India is set to witness a historic moment in sports as the Indian Pickleball League 2025 makes its debut in New Delhi. World Athletics crowns Swedish pole vault star Armand Duplantis as Athlete of the Year in Monaco as he sets 4 records this year. US track sensation Sydney McLaughlin-Livron is named Athlete of the Year Female by World Athletics. Max Verstappen wins the Qatar Grand Prix to set up a title showdown with McLaren duo of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri in the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi. Billy Bonds, West Ham United's all-time record appearance maker and a key figure in the club's history as a player and manager. Liverpool snaps a woeful run of form with a much-needed 2-0 win at West Ham United. Liverpool had endured their worst spell in over 70 years, losing 9 of their previous 12 games. A 10-man Chelsea hold Arsenal to a 1-all draw in a high-octane top-of-the-table London derby. Real Madrid are held to a third consecutive La Liga draw in a 1-all tie at Girona, allowing Barcelona to retain pole position. Spain's woman midfielder Aitana Bonmati has been ruled out the Nations League final after fracturing her leg during a training session. Thousands of Flamengo fans poured into the streets of Rio de Janeiro to celebrate the team's 4th Copa Libertadores title as players and coaching staff parade through the city. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching.